Alrighty then, we're going to can up some button mushrooms, if I can show them to you, in some half-pint jars. So I'm referring to the Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. That's what I'm going to do these from. I'm going to slice them and make slices. So after I clean them with my mushroom brush, you've seen me do that before. It's very dirty, mushrooms. My father, whenever there were mushrooms, would yell, "Oh my God, there's a fungus among us." So anyway, I'm going to drop them into this water after I've cleaned and sliced them. And it's got some lemon juice in it to prevent browning. I've got my stove set up. I'm going to be boiling those slices for 5 minutes in boiling water. I've got this little pot back here, or smaller pot, so I can get my pint jars hot. Even though this is being done in a pressure can, for whatever reason, I still get my jars hot. Okay, old habits die hard. They can only be canned safely in a pressure canner, so my pressure canner is ready. My water's to the correct level. This is the smaller Presto. And I've got a squirt of vinegar in there as well to keep things from getting cloudy or discoloring. So we're canning mushrooms. I can use them on pizzas. I can use them in stews. I can use them in beef stroganoff. A pint is too much for us. It's too many mushrooms. So I'm doing the half pints today. So I think they'll be much more advantageous, and when we open it, we'll use all of them. There won't be any going bad in the refrigerator. If you don't have a mushroom brush, you should get one. These things are outstanding. It will brush the dirt away. Very, very soft bristles, because you don't want to get them wet to clean them. And then I just have to clean this out. It gets discolored. I've had this for at least 20 years. So this is a brush that lasts forever, and the only thing it touches is mushrooms. So I'm going to clean them. I have a piece of wax paper because the dirt of these mushrooms goes everywhere. And remember, we're canning, so we want a safe, clean, sterilized environment, because what goes in that jars is going to go in our stomach. I do still dehydrate mushrooms. I will be dehydrating the stems of these, but you can, because we're going to discard the water that we boil the mushrooms in for 5 minutes. You could then make a mushroom broth, but what I do is I dehydrate the stems and any pieces I cannot use, and then I turn them into mushroom powder. So I prefer mushroom powder, but you can absolutely make a mushroom stock. Very rich, very delicious. So I'm going to clean these, and then I'll show you the next step. It ain't hard, people. It's cleaning and canning some mushrooms. You can do it. Yes, you can. So my 4 containers of mushrooms have been sliced and put in this water lemon juice. And you do have to keep smushing them down because they're floaters. There's nothing to a mushroom. And you know the saying. Let me show you how dirty they are. They're dirty, right? We've heard people say I'm treated like a mushroom. They keep me in the dark and feed me bleak. Well, it's true. They grow in manure. And they make fabulous mushrooms. So now I'm going to put them in a colander in the sink and run cold water over them. Then I'm going to put them in the pot you saw over there and boil them for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to turn the heat off under that, and then I'll be ladling these into the jars, but not using the mushroom water. I've got a kettle going with hot water. I'll be filling my jars with that. So, but when they're going to be in that pot, I am going to have to keep smushing them down. Not with my hand, because it's going to be hot water. So it ain't hard. We're just canning half pints of mushrooms. It's just canning, people. You can do it. Could not, couldn't do nothing. So yes, you can mushrooms. Do it. Get you some too. So I've drained them through a colander where it had the lemon juice and water. And now I'm going to keep smushing them down. I've got a timer set for 5 minutes. You can see I've got 2 jars back there, because they're floaters, and I need 5 minutes of boiling. I'll pour these back into that colander, drain this water, or I can just do it direct from here with a wooden spoon, whatever works. And then I'm going for 1 inch head space, and I'll pour in my kettle water, my hot water. And that's the reason I need my jars hot. I'll then be setting them into this pressure canner that I've got that hot, because I can't have hot water going into a cold jar, or chances are it'll crack. And I already have my bowl ready so that if one does crack, all that hot water doesn't run over onto my mouse toes. I've done it. I've been there. It stinks. Got to be set up right. It ain't hard. It's just organized. Alrighty then, well, they're out, and 3 of them have already pinged, and it's 5 little half pints of mushrooms. Love canning. I love the whole process. They're out of the canner and still processing and bubbling away. Can you some? Save $1.